let me say that the internet, we got to explain all the ways you could use the internet. First of all, you've got to have a nice website. It should be really an effective website. It is you. It is the face you're putting out to the public. Of course, it should have your history on it, your product line, your belief system. In the best cases, it shows what you care about. Like on Motorola's site, it says their beliefs are Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a shorthand for saying when we make something, the quality is so high that only 3 or 4 out of a million might be in trouble. Six Sigma is that good in quality. And they mention other things about they care for their employees, et cetera, et cetera. And your website should be easy to use. It's easy to go from one page to another and back again. And if it's a website that sells things, it's easy to place the order. Amazon does a very good job of making it easy to collect the books you want to buy and end up giving a credit card or something. But the best judge of your website are two. One would be your customers. You got to ask a few users of your website after they ordered something or looked at it, what did they like about it and what did they dislike? They'll tell you things like it takes too long to open up, it's too fancy, a lot of music and so on. I want to get right to the website. I don't need to be entertained. It's hard to know how to go and pay for what I want to order. The second group you should ask are web designers. Every web designer has a system to tell you how good your website is. They've done so many websites, they can tell you how good yours is. All right, so that's the first important thing. Then the second thing is you can use the web, you could use your site for many purposes. How about letting people customize their product when they want to buy your product? And so automatically my computer sends out to travel agents the message that the price would be half price for any ticket that they sell from now on. And I end up filling the plane. That's marketing automation. And it's also done by hotels. Hotels also look ahead and see how many rooms have been sold. And they know how to get more customers if they change their price, and they know how to work through the system. So we have some confidence in marketing automation of different things. For example, should you extend credit to a person who wants to buy a car? Should you help finance that person? Now, if it's going to take 3 days before I can give that person an answer that he has enough credit, a company like Citibank could say, just give us 12 pieces of information about yourself and we'll tell you in 8 minutes whether we're going to make the loan. But I can talk about sales automation. What do we mean by that? It means giving the salesman enough tools, like a personal digital assistant, so that he or she could answer any question raised by a customer. So let's have a scenario. I go into a paper company, and I'm a salesman, and I want to sell some paper. And the purchasing person says, yeah, I'm glad you showed up. I need to buy this special paper, but I need it in 2 days. I was about to place an order with someone. Can you deliver in 2 days? You should have the capability of going right on your personal digital assistant and checking your factory inventory and saying, actually, I can get it to you in 1 day. Oh, good, good. However, what are you charging? Well, our charge is so much. A little too high. I need a better price. You got to give me a better price. Can you do that? So I look. I can cut the price by 2%. I wish I could cut it by 3%. I can't. I can't. The company wouldn't be making money for its service. but I could bring it down 2%. Fair enough. The only problem, he says, is that I don't like the contract because I'm more responsible if there's damage than you. That fourth paragraph, I'd like to change that fourth paragraph in our contract. Can you reword it? Well, I'll say, let me just think. Yes, I'll make you more comfortable about the contract. I'll make the change. Do I have the order? You have the order. I'll sign. Now, what that sales automation did is it made the salesman equal to the CEO. So any company here could be a nicher, could be a specialist. There's two kinds of specialists. You can specialize in a product or you can specialize in a market. If you specialize in a product, you might make the world's best microscope. It's a microscope that doesn't sell to colleges. They can't afford such a microscope. It doesn't sell to average pharmaceutical companies. It sells to companies that need the very best microscope. That's called a product niche, top of the line. Or you could be a company that sells microscopes, test tubes, Bunsen burners to colleges only. Then what your niche are colleges and what they need to teach science. You're the specialist in supplying a catalog of things that colleges have to buy to teach science to the students. We say that in niches there are riches. In niches there are riches. People worry about a niche. They say, well, what if the niche collapses? My whole business was built on the niche. And what if a second firm comes in, seeing that I'm making profits in the niche, and they make an excellent microscope as well? The argument there then, the answer is, don't only have one niche. Be a multi-nicher. Not a mass marketer, but be best at about 3 or 4 things, related possibly somehow to each other, so that if one of them collapses, you've got 3 other tires. You need 4 tires, and you need 4 tires, and then that's called a multi-nicher. Now, some companies are very big multi-nichers. Now, marketing will always be a mix of creativity and science. I'm pushing for more science. I don't want to drive out the creativity. In fact, I'm a person who worries that if we get too financial, we lose our creativity. What I mean by that, if I always have to prove to the boss how I'm going to make money, I'm going to do the safe things. I'm going to propose safe marketing. And yet the future of your firm depends on brilliant ideas that we can't even estimate how valuable they'll be. So I hope that becoming more financial doesn't remove our creativity. Now, the first thing that's happening is we're going direct. Of course, mass marketing was to try to reach a lot of people, but increasingly we're talking about not only direct marketing, but we're talking about a more fashionable word, interactive marketing. Interactive. Getting to, in other words, too often in the past, marketing was a monologue. It was you talking to them. You talking to them, not you listening to them. And we even say for salespeople, remember you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen twice as long as you talk.